What do the arts have to do with stress? Let's talk about it. We have heard over and over and over about stress and the toll that it takes on us, the toll that it takes on our mental health, the toll that it takes on our bodies. We get it. And we all have our own various ways of dealing with the stress in our lives. And I don't think there's anybody out there listening to this video that is not dealing with a pretty significant level of stress, whether it's in their own personal lives or just what's going on around us in the world today. It's a lot. And I think if we're honest, despite all of the things that we know about stress and the dangers of stress, the ways that we kind of deal with the stress in our lives are not the most effective. I think a lot of us are really chasing distraction. And we get that distraction through maybe social media, scrolling on Instagram or watching YouTube videos, or we get that distraction through experiences. So we're heading out and we're trying to find experiences that will take our minds off of whatever is causing the stress in our lives. And those things work to a certain extent, but they're not really diving into the real issue. We've talked about rest on this channel before. You've heard this message from us a million times, the importance of seeking rest and the 7 types of rest. It's not just laying down and taking a nap. There's multiple ways that our bodies, our souls, and our spirits need rest. And so that is a topic for another day. What we wanted to bring to the table this month was considering the arts as a way to actually deal with our stress in a way that, can provide some distraction, but also provide a way to actually confront what is causing our stress. This was actually Justin's idea. He was the one who brought it up as our topic for this month when we were brainstorming. And we were supposed to do this video together. We're trying to do our monthly videos now with both of us, but our travel schedules really didn't allow for us to come together. So I'm taking his idea, adding some of my own thoughts, and running with it this month, right? So let's get into it. When I say the arts, what I'm talking about is kind of what you probably are typically thinking of when you think of fine arts. We're talking about painting, drawing, sculpture. We're also talking about music, dance, creative writing. Anything in the fine arts agenda is what I'm talking about this month. And here's the big message that I want to bring to you guys this month, and that is the science behind how art helps us deal with stress. It actually, exposure to fine arts, whether we are consuming fine arts or we're participating in the performance or the production of fine arts, affects the brain and stimulates the regions in the brain associated with creativity, problem solving, and emotional processing. What better things can you think of to actually tackle the source of our stress than to make our brains more creative, increase our abilities to actually solve the problems causing our stress, and actually process the emotions that are coming up for us instead of just running away from them or ignoring them or distracting from them, right? So I want to really sell this to you guys by telling you some of the outcomes that we're seeing with exposure to fine arts. We're seeing improved cognitive flexibility, meaning the brain can really function in more flexible ways, finding more options, finding more paths to take in response to stressors. We're seeing physical relaxation. We're seeing dopamine release that brings motivation, pleasure, and a sense of reward. Again, can we get a better remedy for stress than greater motivation to get back in there and do what needs to be done? A sense of genuine pleasure that can counteract the damage that stress is doing, and a sense of reward, especially when the things that are causing us stress can leave us feeling unfulfilled and feeling like there's nothing to look forward to, right? So I hope that this conversation this month is really inspiring you to consider fine arts as a major tool in your toolbox for handling your stress. And so I want to issue a challenge from Justin. You know him, he's the man of action. And you know also probably by now, if you've been around the Phoenix family for any length of time, that his main core message, his mantra that he's constantly talking about, whether in our media productions or in sessions with clients, is the call to slow down. And I think this is probably why he thought about the arts, because it fits so well into his core message, because the arts forces us to slow down. And so his challenge that I want to throw out to you guys in the next week, within a week after you've watched this video, is to spend a few minutes sometime this week immersed in the arts. An idea that he had was to maybe close your eyes and listen to a song that touches your soul. Let your emotions flow as you listen. Let your body respond to whatever emotions come up for you. And just let that moment kind of marinate. And then come back and let us know how it went. Tell us what idea you ran with. Tell us how you rose to the challenge and what the outcome was. It may not be anything, earth rocking, but you'll find over time, as you continue to engage the arts in different ways, you'll find the particular type of fine arts that appeal to you, that really does the trick in terms of giving you that space to really be creative and experience your own emotional world in a way that is a little bit different than maybe what you're used to. All right. So let us know how you did with the challenge, what the results were, and also let us know what you want to hear us talk about. So we're going to try to come to you every month with conversation about the things that we're noticing and seeing in the world. And we'd love to hear from you about the topics or the questions that you have that you'd love for us to address. All right. So run with the challenge, guys. Experience the arts. Let us know how it went, and we'll see you next month.